Patience is a virtue. Everything in life takes time. Stay focused, stay consistent, stay on your grind.
All right, we about to go ahead on and start the show, letting a few more people in. CGRM, what's good? D Black, what they
That's
do?
good.
Straight official freestyles, what they do, what they do. You got the whole DMV in here, huh?
Mm-hmm. What's up, Ham?
What's good, y'all? All
What's up, Straight
right,
Official?
all right. Let's go ahead on and start the show. It's your boy A God. Welcome to Street Dialogue Podcast, and we have a special guest on today, Msbosskee. Let's go.
Yeah, y'all know what's good.
So, how you doing today,
Mm,
Msbosskee? Welcome
I'm doing
to the
good. Can't
podcast.
complain. Can't complain. Mm,
So,
Always feeling good.
welcome to the podcast. So, introduce yourself for the fans and the people who are watching that don't know who you are. Just introduce yourself for me real quick.
Yes, I'm Msbosskee, 34, a Baltimore female club promoter that support a lot of artists, singers, poetry DJs, fleet DJs, college DJs, producers, engineers, A&Rs, digital creators. I do it all.
Exactly.
A manage artist.
So, with all my guests, I like to get into their upbringing, where they from. So, you're from Baltimore, correct?
Yes.
So, what part did you grow up in?
East Baltimore. Mm,
East Baltimore.
yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about your upbringing. Like, did you grow up with both of your parents in the home, single parent
Yes,
home?
I
Like, what
did.
type of home did you grow up in?
Yeah, I grew up with both of my parents and family. I had stayed with both sides, on my father's side and mother's side. I used to be outside playing my big wheel and scooters with the kids in the neighborhood. Yeah, I
Okay.
used to do her. Mhm.
So, growing up with your parents, you say you had two separate homes that you grew up in.
Yeah,
And how was that experience for you growing up between both homes and stuff like that?
it didn't bother me. It was good.
So you basically had
Yeah, it was
fun.
definitely good. Yeah,
And what schools did you go to growing up?
I went to
Baltimore.
um Dr. Rainer Bryan Elementary, 25, Lock Raven Academy, middle school. I went to the school like next door to like Canton, and I went to Parkville High School. That's where I graduated from in '05. Mm-hmm.
And then after you graduated, did you go to college or anything like that?
No, no, I did. Yeah, my family members asking me, do I want to go back to college? But I haven't thought about it yet. It's just like too much stuff going on the college campus right now. So yeah, I haven't thought about it yet. I was thinking about going and taking up like music and like manager class and stuff like that. But I'm still thinking on it.
So around this time, once you finished graduating high school, you were starting to think about getting into management.
Yeah.
So when did you start managing artists?
I started managing artists like round about like 2023, and it's still managing.
Exactly. And what obstacles did you face growing up, and then what obstacles did you face getting into management, becoming a
I
manager?
had
Like,
to, I
what
had to,
obstacles did you face?
um, I had to sit back and think about it before I started becoming a artist manager. So when I had Google and did my research on it, that's when I started thinking about it. Started being a manager. I went on their pages. I went on their pages. I went on their page just to listen to their lyrics and their music and check out their content. And so I told them I will be their manager and help them get to where they need to be at.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So another question that I have for you is, what inspired you, or who inspired you to get into management? What was your inspiration for getting into the management field?
I had a lot of artists come to me and DJs. Some of the DJs that inspired me to become a manager, and they saw my work ethics and in the music industry business. And so I started doing researches on what's the manager role and what's the club promoter role as well. Some unsigned artists don't understand what the manager role is. The manager role is to get y'all where y'all need to be at and to help y'all with your music career, your paperwork, and make sure y'all know the business and read on the dotted line of the contracts before y'all sign. Always having a music lawyer and a business lawyer and in the room with y'all before y'all sign on the dotted line, because if y'all sign on the dotted line, y'all gonna get messed over and sign a 360 deal, and y'all gotta be careful with that. And please don't listen to people tell y'all bad information, talking about y'all get paid first before performing, because that's not it. Y'all ain't got to invest in your music career, put money behind y'all, and put money behind the marketing and promoting and and it take money to make money. Then you get paid. You don't get paid first. You gotta pay for slots and stuff. A
Exactly.
man, a manager and a club promoter is not your investors. Y'all gotta y'all gotta write up proposals, budget plan letters, sponsorship letters, and investor letters and contracts. Get it drawn, print it out, let lawyers read over it, send it to different companies to help y'all sponsor these events and get some different type of venues. We not the investors. We get like 50 or 20% of your of the of getting paid from y'all from investing in your career, and that's the game. Y'all gotta learn it.
Exactly. And I like how you broke that down, because most artists, when they come in, they don't do their research. They just think it's about talent. Hey, I'm a dope artist, man. People gonna love me. But one thing that artists do forget is that they need money to last in this game. You have to be able to invest in yourself. So, as a
Mm.
manager, and talking about investment, how important is it for artists to invest in themselves? And what do you think is a startup budget for artists to invest in themselves? And what would you do with that startup budget as a manager
Mm. As the starting a budget, make
for
sure y'all write
artists?
the budget
Yeah,
right.
what
For
startup budget do you recommend for artists to basically start with? And what would you do
I
with that
was
as a manager? How would you direct them?
I was mhm. I would say to start with, like, some should start like between like 14 or 15, to start investing in your music career and work yourself up. Go out there, get a 9 to 5 to help y'all with your music career, or or yeah, write down the budget plan price, and keep doing that, and write a sponsorship price, and take notes. You gotta take notes to invest in your music career. Go sell, go make t-shirt merch, socks, face masks to make money. Go out and get a community, promote your music. Go network. Go to DJs. Don't go when y'all in clubs. Don't go to DJs while they doing their thing mixing. You gotta get to know them. You gotta build with each other. You gotta build relationships with them. You gotta take them out to lunch. You gotta get to know them. Introduce yourself. Always respect DJs, fleet DJs, radio personalities, and the people in the music industry business. Because if you don't, they not gonna want to work with you at
Mm,
all. They not gonna want to work with you. So y'all gotta be careful what y'all say, how y'all approach people, how y'all disrespect people, and stop letting your egos get to y'all. Because one thing you do, and you let your egos and emotions get the best of y'all, they gonna feel your vibe. They peep your vibe, and they always go by your energy. Always have respect in this music industry business. Go sit down and read, Google it, go to YouTube. It's out there. The information is out there for you. Keep going up. Don't ever stop your passion or dreams at all. Just keep going. Don't let nobody stop y'all from living your dreams and your truth and your music career. Change it up. You gotta switch your music up. Do pop, do jazz, do rap. Tell your story. Tell your pain, what y'all went through, your trauma, mental. Talk about mental awareness in your music. Change it up. Ain't nobody gonna want to listen to that music that y'all talk about or promote. So y'all gotta be careful what y'all say in your lyrics at all times.
most definitely. So you said they'll need a $15,000 budget, right? At least for a startup budget, correct?
Right.
And all the things that you mentioned is basically what artists need to do. So, what would be the first thing? My other part of that question was, what would be the first thing that you would get these artists to invest in as a manager with that $15,000 budget? Like, break down what different things do artists need to invest in with a $15,000 budget starting off.
I would I would say, like, let's take your music to like the skating ring, to get your music marketed at the skating ring, restaurants, the gym, the lounge, birthday parties. Reach out to the movie producers, uh, platforms to get your music heard or get played on different radio stations. Go to the radio station. Treat them to lunch. Treat them to some donuts or something, or coffee. Introduce yourself as a businessman or a queen and king. Go out there, help them out, like with internship, to get some sponsorships and some investors. Go work with the radio personalities. Go work with the fleet DJs. Go work with the coalition DJs. They will give y'all, teach y'all the game in this music industry business. They will tell you the ends of each rope that y'all need to play.
Exactly. So one of the investments that you say you'll have them invest in, basically, go to these local radio stations, go to the local bars, get your music there. That way you can get live performance spins and things of that sort. Um, what about marketing? How would you go about that?
I would say marketing, they need to reach out to their target and audience on social media or different platforms to market it and promotion and get their credits and insight numbers up on social media. Y'all got to invest and to help grow your fan base and audience. Y'all got to even travel to different states and cities to perform at different events. They network with other people. You build a crowd up, get people attention. You gotta come out with a strategy to get people's attention and audience. You gotta make a website link to get people attention. Ads. You gotta pay for ads. Keep promoting your music on YouTube and other platforms. Go to TikTok, go to Clubhouse, go to Twitch, go to Twitter, go to Bingo. There's other platforms out here that y'all can get your music marketing on. Go to Shazam. They get your music played on. Make sure you got music registered and published to BMI, DistroKids, ASCAP, Sound of Change, uh, all that. Make sure you have trademark, copyright, LLCs, all that. Your IE number, it will help you get paid and help you track your music getting played. Make sure you have your YouTube link and your link trio in your bio to let people find where you can find your music at.
That is true. You have some artists, they got their page and they artist name not even the same as they page name not even the same as their artist name, and you trying to look for their music and they don't even have a link in their bio, you know?
Right.
So, you know, most definitely you need a team. So you was talking about radio, and I know you do have radio connections. So how
Yeah.
do you get your artists on radio and get them radio exposure? What's your technique with that?
Uh, I reach out to DJs and fleet DJs. So I work with 100 Swag. I work for Swag 100 podcast, and I work network with DJ T Nice. I collab with Great Official Freestyle and Crazy Media, Crazy Media, Capital Media. I tap in with them. I tap in with a lot of DJs. They get their music paid. I mean, played on different radio platforms. Some of them, the radio stations charge. So
Right.
I tell my artists, you got to invest in your music career to get your music played and marketing and promo and campaign ads. You need to campaign ads. You gotta make business cards. You gotta make flyers. Print the flyers out from the event and put the music strings down at the bottom on the flyer and go promote it out in your city and community. Pass it out in hair salons, barbershops, restaurants, gyms. You gotta pass it out as a businessman or businesswoman. You gotta think like a boss, act like a boss.
Exactly. That's game. So you do host events in your area.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it's called the MBQ Build a Network event. Am I correct?
yes.
So how did you start that, and what gave you that idea to start hosting events?
Um, I had to sit back and learn from other people to how they do their event. So that's what made me start doing events. So to help the unsigned artists to get some exposure on a bigger fan base audience platform. So I went and started my own as MBQ Building Network event. And I had my first and second event here in Baltimore. And I had artists and my big celebrity guest audience come down and perform, do that thing, network. We had video, photography, cameramans in the building. We had media coverage, radio personalities. We had everything pull up and stuff at our events. So I kept it going and stuff like that. So me and my new business partner that I'm working with now, this will be my third event that we doing. It's like a battle competition. My artists, my 10 artists against my business partner 10 artists.
Hmm.
So we got people coming down from different states and cities coming down to my event to network with me and my business partner and meet me in person.
Exactly. That's amazing. So they didn't have a little battle that the artists tend to. So your 10 artists and his 10 artists gonna battle. What is the reward, or it was just for exposure? How did that go about?
Um, Whoever win the competition, they get the cash prize and studio time. And I think they get something else too after that. So yeah. So um we going yeah, they definitely going to have that. And we got judges gonna be in the building and media coverage and stuff gonna be in the building.
I like that. You know, you working with the community, you in the community, and you giving back to the independent artists. So that goes into my next question. With you working with independent artists and you taking them to the next level, you know, what steps are you taking to get your artists to the next level with doing your showcases and putting them in position? What steps are you taking to get your artists to the next level?
We working behind the scenes of getting on radio spins, interviews, other performing events, tours. My first artist is Two Equivalent. He the headliner artist of this event here on my event here. And so we keep helping keep pushing them to the next level and make sure they very serious about their business, music career business, and make sure I help them walk through the paperwork, make sure that stuff registered and published to be in my DistroKids, as cat sounds change, make sure they got that trademark copyrights, make sure their music everywhere, make sure they invest in their music career, put money behind them, and figure out which song they pushing first out there. They they got some I'm about to get them back in the I'm about to get them in the studio to record with each other. My artist that I had is 6 now. So yeah, I'm about to get them in studio time and I'm about to get them in some other projects. I'm about to get them into some movies and web series, reality TV shows and documentaries, stuff like that. So we got a lot of stuff coming and a lot of work to do. So they very serious about their business. They definitely working. They working 9 to 5. All 6 of my artists they got 9 to 5. So yeah, and taking their music career and business career serious.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like to elaborate on a couple of things you said. So you mentioned trademarks. Can you break down what is a trademark for people don't know what a trademark is and how important it is for artists to trademark their name?
It's very important to trademark your name because that's your business brand name is the trademark and have copyrights and stuff like that. Trademark is your company name, and then people could find your company name on out there like on Google. You can type it in on Google or YouTube, wherever they can find your business brand name. It's very important to have trademark, copyrights, LLCs, and all that. It help you illegal, make your business illegal, and so nobody won't sue you or try to steal your business brand name. So it's very important to have all that done.
Exactly. They can register that on the USPTO on the trademark um, site as well. That way they can look it up and see if anybody got that name. And copywriting. So when it comes to copywriting your music, you know, most artists just record, but they don't upload
Right.
it to the copyright. Why do artists need to copyright their music? And
So
how
nobody wants
important
to
is
steal
that?
their so nobody wants to steal their music lyrics and say so they won't get sued. It's very important to have your music and your lyrics and own your own master of music and stuff like that. So nobody, you won't have to worry about somebody trying to steal your music or beats. That's why we say it's very important to have all that stuff in your business. Yeah, 'cause that's a lot. That's what's going on right now. Cause artists, unsigned artists, say big celebrities stealing their music because they don't got their music copyright.
Exactly.
That's what happened when you don't have your music copyright or had trademark and nothing like that.
So, what are your future goals as a manager? Like, what do you see yourself in the future? Like, what are your future goals for your artists and your management company? What do you see yourself in the future?
I see my I see myself going all the way, like opening up my own studio and record label to have open up internet radio, dance studio, and sound stage, and have podcast radio, and have other stuff in there, studio sessions, dance studio for the kids, and have my artists going all the way because it's very important for my goals is to keep going, keep pushing your goals and your dreams and passion.
I feel that. I feel that. I feel that for sure. So my next question is, I ask all my guests this: what do you value more, morals or money? And explain that. Explain your
I
answer. What
value
do you
more.
value more?
I value more success and getting seen and heard, getting my on-sound artists heard and seen out there. Cause money is not everything. Root to the problem at all. That's like a money is like a a root to a problem that y'all don't want to have.
Right. So have you ever ran into any issues with your artists dealing with money? Um, you know, how do you handle an artist that don't have any funds and he's looking at you like you're supposed to fund him? Like, what do you tell artists that look at you like you're supposed to fund them and they're not even putting any money into their own success in their career? What advice do you give to those artists? Like, how do you deal with those type of
I would tell them go out there, get a job, a 9 to 5, to help them stack their money up, or do a music video, do some promoting, or go out there, make some t-shirt merch. There's a lot of ways that unsung artists can make money out there. It's out there for y'all to make money. And some people go to GoFundMe, make a GoFundMe, and ask for help for their music career and business career. There's other ways they can get help out there. You gotta ask for assistance. There's different ways you can go about it in the music career. Yeah, most definitely confidence.
So the main key for artists right now, they must most definitely invest into themselves and investing in their music careers. So have you got
Mm,
any artists signed to a label that you
Not
or
yet.
are they looking to get signed, or are you going to
No,
start your own
they not.
label eventually?
They they not looking to get signed right now. But as soon as I open up my own studio label, they probably think about it. But yeah, they working on themselves and their goals and their dreams and their passion to keep doing music and collaborating with other unsigned artists and networking with other DJs, coalition DJs, radio personality.
Okay, okay. I dig that. I dig that. I dig that. So I just want to ask a question that's off topic, dealing with the music industry. How did you feel about Lil Wayne not being invited to the Super Bowl this year? How did you feel about that?
Um, I would say it's messed up and sad for him not to be able to go to the Super Bowl, but I would say keep your head up and stay strong and positive.
Right. You think he got robbed out of that? You think Lil Wayne got robbed
Yeah,
out of that? I see RX
yeah,
TVR. We see you. If you need management, make sure you holler at Msbosskee, man. I see y'all in the audience. You got somebody reaching out. You saying you're a rapper. Y'all make sure y'all hit up in the DM. You know, and I hope y'all paying attention and y'all listening to what she's saying and this advice that she's giving y'all. So what did you feel about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef? That was something that was historical that happened this year in hip hop. What did you feel about that?
yeah.
And do
I
you agree
seen
with
that.
your artists getting into beef?
No, not at all. That beef stuff is not cool to be beefing with each other.
Mm.
I say y'all y'all showing these kids out here the wrong way to go. These kids and stuff look up to these big celebrities as role models, and they see they not being role models to these little kids and to their community or youth by beefing. What's the beef about? Life too short to be beefing. It's always show them the right way, the right path. Don't go down the wrong path by beefing on social media. It's not cool to beef. Just like I tell my audience, no beef, no anger. You know, it's a way to go about it. Sit down, talk to each other. Mhm.
Right. So you don't condone the beef.
No.
So you don't think that helped these artists' career anyway? Because I was looking at it like these entertainment companies, they do have life insurance policies on these artists and stuff like that. And either way it go, if they beef, if they do die, they're going to benefit off of that. What you think about that? With these
I,
artists being signed to these labels and they have life insurance policies on them, and they ain't doing nothing to stop the beef. So do you think that's something they want, like, or like do you think that's something that they're promoting?
No, I don't think that that's what they want. But they don't understand when you sign to a record label. They don't understand you become their puppet master, and then you get
Mm-hmm.
robbed in a 360 deal, and y'all don't have a lawyer, a music lawyer, a business lawyer with when y'all go to these meetings with these record labels, and some managers tell unsigned artists bad business. They don't give y'all the right information. They don't know how to manage unsigned artists or big celebrity artists at all. They going about it the wrong way. You supposed to you supposed to make sure that business, that music career is great. You supposed to make sure that paperwork's great. Make sure that music register as always to be in my district kids and all that. Not not be on platforms uh beefing with each other. That's what they want y'all to do is beef with each other, go against each other. They want to mock y'all. So y'all gotta be very careful getting into this music industry business. You gotta have tough skin, and you gotta have the bag behind y'all to get
So
into this music industry business.
I like that you pointed that out. So what red flag should an artist see in management? Someone who's trying to manage me, like what are some red flags that you would say that you see in people that are managing artists and they're leading the wrong way? Like, can you give some type of picture of red flags that artists should look out for?
A red flag is when a manager and tell the artist they supposed to get paid first and perform at these events or tours. That's a red flag. Artists always had to pay for showcase events, tours, radio spins, uh, interviews, podcast interviews. Always invest in your music career, business career. You do not get no 55K, 1K, 2K, 3K. I don't know where y'all getting your information from. Please don't listen to these people that's giving y'all the wrong information, because they definitely giving y'all the wrong information. They definitely is giving y'all the wrong information. That's a red flag. Make sure
Mm,
y'all Google, do your background check on people before before y'all sign your whole life away with managers doing bad business, record labels doing bad business. So when you sign to a record label, you gotta understand you gotta get that money back. Studio time, the houses, the cars, the jewelry, all that costs that's coming out your pockets. Some of these record labels is on red flag right now.
right. So what do you feel about artists who have management and you build the artist up, and then when it's time for them to get signed, they don't even include the person that brought them into the game? I done heard of a few instances where that done happen. How do you feel about that?
I would say always feel your gut instinct when a manager or record label try to come in your DM and say they want to sign you. Make sure you it's a lawyer right there. Make sure you have lawyers on your team and producer, engineer, video, photography, and cameraman on your team. Make sure you trust them. Make sure they loyal. Make sure they honest before you start building with with each other, because they will try to do bad business with you and mess over y'all. So be very careful.
Right. So yeah, I see that happen a lot with artists. They'll be with management. The next thing you know, a record label will come in, and then the same lawyers that's on that record label will be their lawyers. They'll be appointing their own lawyers to them, and advising them to do things that are not in their interest. Which is against the law. They breaking laws and stuff like that. So, as a manager, do you have your artists sign contracts with you?
We about to get that get that real soon. Yeah,
Because
we about to do that
in
real
a way, I
soon.
feel
They
like
working
that that
behind
and that
scenes.
would, yeah, that you can protect the artists, from
Right,
themselves.
right,
That way they're not getting bad deals, making sure that there is a contract in place. Because word of mouth, everybody, you can't trust everybody. You
right.
know, when it comes to
Yeah,
what they say, word of mouth
that's
don't
why
mean
I
nothing
talk to my
nowadays.
right. I talk to my artists behind scenes. I told
Hmm.
them I very caution who they can work with, or who they do business with, or who they do interviews with. I always tell them, make sure they hit me up to do the setting of interviews and radio spins and performing events.
So the biggest
So they
mistake an artist can make is not advise their manager when they're doing something. That's what you're saying?
right,
Always
right,
make sure you advise your manager what you're going to do, because you always need good representation when you're going in anything, if it's recording. You always have to have a contract in place. So how important
right.
is having the contract in place with these artists when they're doing these features, and as far as signing NDAs when they're going into the recording studio, that way nothing is discussed outside of that. Like, what do you recommend artists do when they're
It's very
networking?
important to have contracts
Mm.
when you trying to perform at events and tours, or try to collab with somebody, and sign never sign a DUA, like you said, because they just want to keep you hush hush.
The
Don't
NDA,
never let
yeah.
nobody, yeah, don't never let nobody scare you, frighten you of your dreams. That's the most important thing, because they will try to do that to silence you.
So so let's dig deep into contracts. Um, so you saying anytime an artist do anything, it's very important that they have a contract, even if it's writing a song, purchasing a beat, doing shows.
Right,
Don't do anything verbally. Always have a contract. Why is that important
right. It's very important to have contracts and
for everything
the
you do?
license and the code and the license of the beat, and make sure you if y'all get beats off of YouTube, make sure y'all pay the producer and engineer on there and give him the credit, or reach out to the original producer engineers on Instagram and make sure they show you their paperwork, because some people on here will try to get y'all unsigned artists to send them money to their cash app, and y'all get messed over. So be careful on Instagram who come in your DM or who reach out to you. Always have your manager talk to them. Make sure they show y'all. Make sure you, if they try to DM you, tell them call you to show their face and paperwork.
Exactly. That goes into my next question, because I like what you just said. Make sure you call your manager. It's a lot of artists moving out here with no management. Do you think that's a good idea? Like, why do they need management? Why? What is the importance of having a management? Because a lot of these artists don't have management. They don't have a team. They're just doing everything by themselves. They're making a lot of mistakes out here. What do you
Yes,
recommend for those artists? Like, how can
I
they get in
try
contact with you?
always look for a manager to work with, to build with. to build relationships, to help y'all get out there individually. Make sure y'all perform at different events and tours. Uh, make sure y'all get booked for events. Make sure you look for paying gigs, performing events to get paid at perform at paying events, or look for some podcasters will pay y'all. Look for some podcasters will pay for y'all to come on their platform. Reach out to some of these podcasters that do free interviews to help y'all build and grow and get some marketing. Because y'all definitely need some marketing and promo and all that. And help build your fan base and audience and insights and credits up.
I feel
There's
that.
the video Queen Sheree.
So, what marketing company do you recommend people to go to? Like, who do you mess with?
I would say any artist out there, go to Golden Money Team Marketing. Good people.
Big fact, big fact, big fact. Now, I appreciate that. Y'all heard it from the itself. Artists, if you need that marketing, y'all holler at Golden Money Team Marketing, the #1 marketing company in the world. Get that marketing. So, Ms. Msbosskee, what do you feel about artists not investing in themselves? You know, how is that really hurting artists right now today? Artists that you see that's not
Yeah,
investing
that's
in themselves, because that's going on a lot. Because everything you
right.
said that I got from this interview, artists need to invest in themselves. So the artists that's not investing in themselves, you know, and they not putting money behind themselves, they not invested into radio, they not seeking out management, they not doing these things, they just recording.
Right.
What do you say to those artists? Because it's a lot of those out there that just think they could just record and don't make any investments in themselves. What do you say to those artists?
It's not always about going to the studio to record your music and stuff like that. You always got to invest in your music career. Put
Hmm.
put money behind your marketing. Go find managers. It's very important to find managers to help y'all where y'all need to go, where y'all need to be, to keep pushing y'all, to help y'all get successful. It's not easy doing it by yourself. It's always good to get some help or ask for some help. I know it's very stressful and it irritating sometimes, but it's always good because I know y'all can't do it by yourself, but it's always good to have people on your team that you trust and that's going to be loyal and rock with you for a while and support you and show you that love back the same way we show love back.
Exactly. I like that. That's real game. That's real game. That's real
That's
game.
yeah.
So, as a female manager, and being in a male dominant industry, what type of obstacles did you face being a female manager, dealing with all these men out here? You know, like give me a story like of obstacles that you had to face being a woman out here in the game and holding your own.
I I had some challenges, some ups and downs with some males in this music industry. They get very jealous when they see a woman on top right now in this music industry. They think women or females can't do what a man can do
Hmm.
in the music industry business.
And why you feel like that?
some if you like help some males like with their music career and
Yeah,
push their music out there to other platforms, and they 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 feel intimidated by you about female women, they get mad real quick and get jealous. Then they start hating real quick, and then they try to talk about you behind your back, and then they won't show you no love.
right. So you had to deal with that in your career, and you still remain strong. You know, I
Right.
applaud you for that. It's a lot of things that women face out here. You know, that being independent. You know, you being a strong black queen yourself out here, helping these young artists out. You know, what advice do you have to these young black men and young black sisters out here in the industry? Like, what mistakes do you see artists making? You know, what is one of the biggest mistakes that an artist can make out here?
The first mistake with the queens and kings on Instagram right now is when they beefing with each other, arguing with each other, fighting, twerking. No, don't do that. No, that's a bad idea.
Right.
Don't do that because you got people watching, and by you beefing with each other, yelling, disrespecting each other, talking about each other families, talk about people how they look and stuff like that. That's not the way to go about it. It's always ways that you can go about things. Like sit down, talk to each other, call each other off of social media. You don't have to fight. You don't have to do no violence and stuff like that. That's not the way to go about it at all. That's not no type of boss. That's not no boss queen or king. Remove the D. It's about networking. It's about building with each other, rocking with each other
Right.
as brothers and sisters and cousins.
That's
You don't
been
always have to
going a
take
lot.
the clothes
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
or get naked. No. Mhm.
That's been going on a lot in hip hop. It's been a lot of murders amongst our community, you know, and people beefing. You know, if you look at the whole Chicago scene, you know, they pushing peace right now. You know, dissing the dead. It's a lot of stuff that's going on in hip hop that I disagree with, but I totally agree with what you're saying. You know, artists, focus on your music. You know, don't wait till you get this money and now you beefing with other artists and you done became a millionaire. You don't work this hard to get to the top and now you facing jail time. You know, that's crazy. We seeing
Mm.
that a lot of the music industry. What you think about that? These artists, they get into the top level and now they want to start catching the charge. You know what I'm saying? Like they wait till they get in the industry.
They letting their egos and emotions to get the best of them, and they letting people tear them apart or come in between their friendship that they build instead of looking in and looking out. They rather go the wrong route to go is the beef. Beefing is not the case. You gotta sit down, talk about it, communicate with each other, stay consistent, stay focused, stay motivated, stay
Mm,
successful. Don't let the money get the best of y'all. We brothers and sisters out here. Life too short for the simple and dumb mistakes y'all make out here.
that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Too many people make too many mistakes out here. You feel me? There's a lot of ignorance going on, and you know, these artists need to focus on their craft, for sure. So, let's get on another topic. So, how do you feel about what's going on with Lil Durk? And you know, he's getting indicted. A lot of artists are getting indicted. So, you know, what type of advice do you give to your artists when it comes to having an entourage and how they moving out here? looking at what's transpiring with all these artists getting indicted and stuff like that. Like, what type of advice do you have for artists that's moving in these big entourages? Because you know, once you get to the top, you can't take everybody with you. You feel me? So, what
Right.
type of advice you got for those artists? You know, moving with these big entourages, some gang affiliated and stuff like that. You know, and you got all these homeboys with you. You know, and you know, people crashing out. Next thing you know, you getting indicted, and now you facing time. You done hindered your music career. What type of advice do you have for those type of artists? How should they be
I will
moving?
tell these artists out here, it's, life is too short. See, y'all gotta watch your surroundings at all times. Because sometimes your friends, your family, your cousins could be your worst enemy and nightmare, and y'all wouldn't know it.
Mm,
They they'll come around you to get information, to start hating on you and be jealous. Block some of these negative energy from around you. They the one had the darkness and energy and negative. If they not positive or supporting you or showing you love back, get away from them. Let them go. You don't need them in your life. Y'all don't need a lot of people around y'all. Just have your support system, your team. That's all you need around you. Your manager and your team that help
that's
build
it.
your music career.
You don't need to
Not
bring
your
everybody with you.
homeboys, not your friends. They
Right.
not supporting you. They not gonna tell y'all the truth about your music at all.
So basically, if you can't employ them, they can't do nothing that's gonna help your music career. Basically, you saying you don't need those type of people around you. You need people that are business minded and
Right,
people that is actually going to support what you're actually doing to get you to the next level. Correct?
right.
I feel that. That's something important, man. If you out you know, if you out here, you know, especially if you coming from the hood, you know, you gang banging and you got all these type of people from around you. Just like Msbosskee said, you know, you need to get more business minded and have people around you that actually genuinely care about your music. Even family, like she said, family, you know, they can be jealous of you. They could give you some misinformation, you know, to get you into a type of predicament, you know. So you got to watch out for these type of people, you know, in this industry for sure. You know, I totally agree with that. You know, I totally agree with that. So we gonna wrap this. We got to wrap this thing up. So Msbosskee, how can people find you on social media and stuff like that?
Y'all can find me at Miss Boss Key 34 on Instagram, on TikTok, the Media Boss Clean, on thread at you find me at the Media Boss Clean on YouTube, the MBQ Building Network event. You'll find me on there.
Most definitely really appreciate you for
You're
coming on
welcome.
to the podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Golden Money Team Marketing. They market you 24/7 around the clock. Anybody that need marketing, holler at Golden Money Team Marketing. Most definitely appreciate you for coming on the podcast, Queen, and giving me
You're
your
welcome.
time. You really put out a lot of knowledge as a manager. So anyone that's watching this video, I really recommend that you go back and get all the jewels that she spoke about dealing with the music industry, breaking down contracts, breaking down trademarks, everything. So I really appreciate you for coming on the podcast.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else that you have to say before we get up out of here? Any new moves you
If
making?
anybody don't know,
Any new events? Any events that's coming up?
yeah, I got an event coming up here in Baltimore, December the 7th. Already locked in, 9 p.m. to 1 p.m. And my first artist to equivalent, he's the headliner artist. And my second artist is Art Inspired. The third one, AC and the God. The fourth one, Mr. 300. And the fifth one is Miss MCT No Morals. And the sixth is
Most definitely appreciate you. So we're going to end the podcast like that. Thank you for watching Street Dialogue Podcast. I appreciate y'all, and we out.
Patience is a virtue. Everything in life takes time. Stay focused, stay consistent, stay on your grind. Wow, 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 wow. It's a God.
My splash, yeah.